10 years ago, I rushed into a fire to save Lu Qingyan, a wealthy young woman from the capital circle. My body was severely burned, leaving me with a monstrous, terrifying face. She promised to cure me, taking me to doctors everywhere. 10 years later, I saw my attending physician, Pei Haoran, in her study wearing only a sleep gown. She told me not to overthink it, claiming they were just discussing my condition. Jingchuan, Haoran says that in just one more week, the skin graft surgery can be performed for you, and then you'll be able to live like a normal person. Pei Haoran looked me up and down, placing a hand on Lu Qingyan's waist, smiling shamelessly. I knew it was time for me to leave. Lu Qingyan smiled and said, "Don't be silly. Looking like you do, how will you take care of yourself without me?" She was wrong. I could live very well on my own even without her. Lu Qingyan asked me to wait 1 week. She said, "Jingchuan, once you recover and are normal again, we can get married. Look, I've already chosen the date." She showed me her phone calendar. November 9th, 1 week away, was an auspicious day for a wedding. Pei Haoran smiled and extended his hand to me. "As your attending physician, I understand the difficulties of your past 10 years. Fortunately, you've finally seen the light at the end of the tunnel. Not only will you recover, but you'll also achieve a happy ending with Miss Lu." Jingchuan, congratulations in advance. Under Lu Qingyan's expectant gaze, I shook Pei Haoran's hand. He deliberately squeezed hard. Due to the burns 10 years ago, my body was weak, and a look of pain involuntarily crossed my face. Lu Qingyan, however, didn't notice, instead smiling as she asked Pei Haoran about the precautions I needed to take this week. Pei Haoran glanced at me contemptuously, the hand on Lu Qingyan's waist slowly sliding down, a smirk playing on his lips. "We should discuss this at the hospital. After all, some things shouldn't be said in front of the patient." Lu Qingyan gave Pei Haoran an annoyed look, cautiously glanced at me, and seeing my expression was normal, breathed a sigh of relief. "All right." Before leaving, she instructed me. "Jingchuan, you rest well at home. I'll be back soon." But I waited all night and she never returned. The next day, she only sent me an image filled with precautions and a message. "Jingchuan, the group has a temporary emergency. I need a few days to deal with it. You must strictly follow these precautions and avoid breaking any rules. Wait for me to return." The next moment, I received another image. It was from Pei Haoran. The photo was clearly taken in a bedroom. Lu Qingyan was naked on the bed, her face flushed as she closed her eyes, reminiscing. A second later, Pei Haoran's mocking and boastful text arrived. "Does she look good? Too bad you can never give her this. You're a worthless cripple. Only I can make Qingyan happy." I expressionlessly saved the image, then called my academic advisor. "I agree to study abroad." My advisor's voice was joyful. "Jingchuan, you've finally decided. This opportunity to study abroad is truly rare. You are the best student I've ever advised, and I don't want you to miss it." Over the past 10 years, my advisor had called me more than once, urging me to reconsider and saying he would permanently hold the spot for me. Because of Lu Qingyan, I had always politely declined. Now there was no need. I immediately went to the school to complete the paperwork. My advisor saw my pale face and asked with concern, "Your health?" "I'm fine." The fire 10 years ago left me not only with a terrifying face but also a frail body. The concern in my advisor's eyes didn't lessen. "I know you're determined, but you can't neglect your body. Coincidentally, there are 2 spots this time. The other is a girl. I'll call her over and instruct her to look after you." Just as I was about to say it wasn't necessary, my advisor pulled out his phone. At the same time, my phone chimed. It was another picture from Pei Haoran. Lu Qingyan was wearing only a swimsuit, lying on a beach chair, and Pei Haoran was applying sunscreen to her. "Qingyan's skin is really nice. You've never touched it, right? I'll let you feast your eyes. Such fair and smooth skin can't get tanned. I need to take good care of it. Oh, I forgot. Qingyan is your fiancée. I seem to be overstepping my bounds. Hee hee." I clenched my phone tightly, my breathing heavy and my heart ached. My advisor noticed something was wrong and quickly asked, "What is it?" I took a deep breath, put away my phone and shook my head, saying it was nothing. Soon, the other exchange student, Jiang Ingyue, arrived. She was a very beautiful girl. After hearing the advisor's instructions, she smiled and extended her hand to me. "Senior brother, please take care of me from now on." Her gaze toward me was completely normal, as if she were looking at an ordinary person. I was very happy. The disgusted looks of others made me uncomfortable, but pitying looks were even worse. I just wished that everyone I met would treat me like a regular person. "Hello." I shook hands with Jiang Ingyue and we exchanged phone numbers, agreeing that she would pick me up on the day we were leaving for the airport. The departure date was set for 1 week later. It was the same day as my scheduled skin graft surgery. When I got home, I immediately hired a fitness coach to create a training plan for me. 1 week wouldn't restore my body to a normal level, but every little bit of recovery helped. In the past, Lu Qingyan always discouraged physical rehabilitation. She said that as long as she was around, she would take care of me faithfully, even if I were bedridden and unable to move. But now it was me who was leaving. I saw Lu Qingyan again 5 days later. I was doing push-ups in the living room when she pushed the door open, her voice accusatory. What are you doing? Are you trying to kill yourself? She rushed over and pulled me up from the floor, her brow deeply furrowed. Didn't I tell you not to do rehab? Why won't you listen? Is a little more physical strength more important, or is your life? I saw the heartache in her eyes and paused. If she was heartbroken, why use such a scolding tone? After a moment, I let out a breath and said, I was just bored and didn't want my bones to rust. Hearing this, Lu Qingyan sighed with relief, reached out to stroke my face, and said gently, Jingchuan, please be obedient, okay? I know you've been in a lot of pain for the past 10 years, but everything will get better soon. Just as I was about to speak, I suddenly saw the faint purple hickeys on her neck. My eyes stung sharply. Lu Qingyan didn't notice my abnormality and continued to ask, have you strictly followed the precautions Haoran set out these past few days? I turned to the kitchen to pour myself a glass of water, saying flatly, I forgot. Are you deliberately trying to anger me? Lu Qingyan impatiently tugged at her collar, revealing a large area of purple hickeys on her fair neck. I quickly lowered my head, pretending to drink water, thinking that as long as I didn't see them, I wouldn't care. But those purple hickeys seemed to be etched into my mind, glaringly obvious, impossible to forget, as if Pei Haoran was using them to mock me silently. Say something. For the first time in 10 years, Lu Qingyan yelled at me. Yes, I know I haven't been with you these past few days, and you're unhappy, but can't you try to understand me? I have my own things to deal with. Do you know how much pressure I've been under to be with you? Parents, relatives, girlfriends, every single person said that you, in your current subhuman state, weren't worthy of me and told me to just give you some money to send you away. Every time I dealt with it exhaustively just to cure you, to make you normal, so I could stand by your side and marry you. 10 years, do you know how hard that was for me? I looked up at Lu Qingyan and gently shook my head. I didn't know, but now I do. From now on, I won't cause you any more trouble. I will leave. Lu Qingyan thought I was speaking out of anger and sneered. Look at the way you are now. Besides me, who else would accept you? If you leave me, are you planning to wait for death? My body swayed. I stared at Lu Qingyan in disbelief. Was this what she truly thought? She was also disgusted with me, after all. Lu Qingyan ignored the pain in my eyes, stepped forward, grabbed my wrist, and dragged me toward the door. I'm taking you to the hospital for a checkup. No matter what, the surgery in 2 days cannot be postponed. I was forcibly dragged to the hospital. Pei Haoran pretentiously examined my body and sighed to Lu Qingyan. Jingchuan was too reckless. Not only did he fail to strictly follow the precautions I set, but he also forcibly performed rehab. His skin is now infected in multiple places and must be immediately removed so it doesn't affect the surgery in 2 days. Hearing this, Lu Qingyan glared at me fiercely. It's all because of your recklessness that so many complications have arisen. When will you ever grow up? Pei Haoran grabbed Lu Qingyan's hand to comfort her. Don't be angry. After all, Jingchuan has been under a lot of pressure for 10 years. He's been under pressure? Haven't I been under pressure too? I think I've been too good to him, which is why he throws a fit over every little thing he's unhappy about. Lu Qingyan said coolly, letting out a sigh, then apologized to Pei Haoran. I have to trouble you again. It's no problem. Jingchuan is my patient. I am responsible for him. With that, Pei Haoran asked Lu Qingyan to wait outside. Before leaving, Lu Qingyan turned back to instruct him. Don't forget the anesthesia. Use a general anesthetic. Jingchuan is afraid of pain. A shadow of malice flashed in Pei Haoran's eyes. He looked up and smiled. I know. The door closed. Pei Haoran turned back to look at me, his face dark and gloomy. He held a surgical knife and walked toward me step by step. I was strapped to the nursing table used for wound cleaning, unable to move. Just as I was about to shout, Pei Haoran took a roll of medical gauze and stuffed it into my mouth. He leaned down and lightly traced the surgical knife across my face. I really don't know what's so special about you that Qingyan is so concerned about you. Clearly, I'm the one who can bring her pleasure in bed, but her heart is only for you. Why? Pei Haoran forcefully cut a piece of skin from my body with the surgical knife. My eyes bulged with pain and cold sweat instantly beaded on my forehead. You are just a useless cripple. You don't deserve Qingyan at all. I'll tell you the truth. During the surgery in 2 days, I will make sure you die on the operating table and fake it as a medical accident. Don't look at me like that. Blame yourself for stealing Qingyan's heart. Do you hate me? Hating me is useless. You're going to die soon, and a dead person has nothing left. Every time Pei Haoran spoke a sentence, he used the surgical knife to cut off a piece of skin from my body. I was in so much pain that I passed out. When I woke up, my body was wrapped in bandages. Pei Haoran was sitting nearby, his hand wrapped in a bandage, and the surgical knife on the floor was still stained with blood. Lu Qingyan asked with a cold face, "What happened?" Pei Haoran frowned, trying to suppress the pain. "It's my fault. I didn't control the anesthetic dose well." As soon as I finished bandaging Jingchuan, he woke up. Maybe he was angry that I've been spending more time with you lately. I wasn't paying attention, and he cut my hand with the surgical knife. "It's nothing serious." I widened my eyes. "No, I didn't." "Enough!" Lu Qingyan shouted angrily, her eyes fixed on me, cold and devoid of warmth. "Luo Jingchuan, you disappoint me too much. Get out immediately. Disappear from my sight." I stared blankly at Lu Qingyan, no longer attempting to explain, and left the ward limping. A few minutes later, I received photos from Pei Haoran. He had his arms wrapped around Lu Qingyan's waist, and Lu Qingyan was holding his head. The posture was extremely intimate. Qingyan is comforting me. Her embrace is so warm. I laughed mockingly, saved the picture again as evidence, and tried hard to look up, not allowing tears to fall. A 10-year dream should come to an end. But before I could leave the hospital, Lu Qingyan's people dragged me back to the villa. She looked gloomy. "I have smoothed things over with Haoran for you. There are still 2 days until the surgery. You will stay here for these 2 days and go nowhere." Then her eyes became gentle. "Jingchuan, it's only 2 days. Can you bear it, please? Do it for me, for our future." "Yes, only 2 days." I nodded and said softly, "All right." Lu Qingyan immediately smiled and stroked my head like a pet. "That's a good boy." For the next 2 days, I stayed at the villa. The bodyguards Lu Qingyan arranged followed me closely, but she never appeared herself. I only received intimate photos of her and Pei Haoran on my phone. "Senior brother, the flight is at 9 o'clock. Should I pick you up now?" "No need, wait for me at school." Right after I replied to Jiang Yingyue's message, Lu Qingyan pushed the door open, a barely concealed smile on her face. "Jingchuan, we've finally waited for this day." "Yes, we finally waited for this day." I suggested going to school to see my advisor. Perhaps because I had been so compliant these past 2 days, Lu Qingyan agreed without much thought. "Have the bodyguards go with you. I'll wait for you at the hospital." Once at school, with the help of the familiar terrain and Jiang Yingyue's distraction, I successfully ditched the bodyguards. At 8:50 a.m., Jiang Yingyue and I boarded the plane flying abroad. "Lu Qingyan, I saved you, and you took care of me for 10 years. We are even." I packaged this sentence and all the intimate photos Pei Haoran had sent me, sent them to her, and then forcibly broke my phone SIM card. Lu Qingyan. Never again. At 9 o'clock in the morning, the plane took off on schedule. Blue sky, white clouds, and perfect sunshine. Meanwhile, Lu Qingyan was growing impatient at the hospital, constantly checking her wristwatch. Pei Haoran, standing next to her, smiled. "Don't worry. Jingchuan will definitely come. He loves you so much that he wants to make himself indistinguishable from a normal person, even at the cost of his life, to be worthy of standing by your side and entering the marriage hall with you. This is just a surgery." Hearing this, Lu Qingyan took a deep breath, her expression relaxing. She turned to ask her secretary. "How are the wedding arrangements coming along?" "Jingchuan dislikes extravagance, so don't make the arrangements too ornate, just dignified." Just as the secretary was about to speak, the 2 bodyguards Lu Qingyan had assigned ran in, drenched in sweat. "Miss, this is bad. Luo Jingchuan is gone." "What?" Lu Qingyan was furious. She pointed her finger at the 2 bodyguards and cursed. "What good are you? Didn't I tell you to watch him?" The 2 bodyguards nodded nervously, not daring to look up. Lu Qingyan was extremely annoyed and rubbed her forehead in a headache. Seeing the 2 bodyguards still standing there, she immediately roared exasperatedly. "What are you waiting for? Go find him." The 2 bodyguards were about to turn when they suddenly remembered something. "Miss, after Luo Jingchuan disappeared, when we were searching the school, we found this year's list of students going abroad for advanced studies. His name is on it." Lu Qingyan was stunned, then her eyebrows shot up, her expression full of intense, unresolvable fury. She shouted in frustration. "What exactly does he want? Was throwing a tantrum because I didn't spend a few days with him before the surgery not enough? Now that the surgery is imminent, he actually fled and became a deserter. Does he have any regard for me left?" Pei Haoran quickly comforted her. "Jingchuan certainly isn't a deserter. I think he must be worried about the surgery failing and is afraid to face it." What is he afraid of? I persisted for him for 10 years, but what about him? He completely disregards my difficulties and only thinks about himself. Lu Qingyan was so angry that her chest heaved violently. She coldly instructed the secretary. Go to the school. You must find out where Luo Jingchuan is studying abroad. He has gone too far this time. I will fly abroad myself to drag him back and give him a lesson. Yes. The secretary, sweating profusely, turned and rushed away. Hoo. Lu Qingyan still couldn't calm down, breathing heavily and forcefully kicking over a nearby trash can. Pei Haoran was secretly delighted but didn't show it on his face. Instead, he comforted Lu Qingyan like a supportive boyfriend. Jingchuan has indeed gone too far this time. Don't get worked up. There must be a reason for him abandoning the surgery and leaving without a word. I think it's best to call him and ask. No, I won't. Lu Qingyan's face was pale with anger. She walked back and forth with her arms crossed, but finally couldn't resist picking up her phone. When she saw the latest message received on her phone, her pupils suddenly contracted. Pei Haoran quickly asked, "What is it?" The next second, Lu Qingyan sharply turned her body and forcefully slapped Pei Haoran across the face. Pei Haoran was stunned, clutching his face, bewildered. "Qingyan, why did you hit me? What did I do wrong? You have the audacity to ask? See for yourself." Lu Qingyan shoved the phone into Pei Haoran's face. "Who told you to take these photos and send them to Jingchuan? Didn't I warn you not to let him know?" Pei Haoran's body went stiff, his face turning ashen. "Pei Haoran, the reason Jingchuan left was all because of you. You had better pray that when I find Jingchuan he comes back with me. Otherwise, I will never let you off," Lu Qingyan said chillingly. Pei Haoran's face grew even paler, and he was terrified. "No, Qingyan, listen to me explain." "Shut up. Only the two of us know about our affair. I never told anyone else. Are you going to say these photos were taken by someone else?" "Pei Haoran, I'm not a 3-year-old child, nor am I a fool. I won't believe your lies anymore." Hearing this, Pei Haoran knew he couldn't deny it any longer. He gritted his teeth and said, "Yes, I took those photos and sent them to Luo Jingchuan, but Qingyan, it was all because I love you. Luo Jingchuan is just a cripple, he—" "Stop it." Lu Qingyan slapped Pei Haoran across the face again. "What are you to call Jingchuan a cripple? In my eyes, you aren't even worth one of his toes." This remark made Pei Haoran's eyes turn red. He yelled and grabbed Lu Qingyan's shoulder. "Luo Jingchuan, what's so great about him? He can't give you pleasure at all. Only I can give you happiness. We were so happy together. I don't believe you don't feel anything for me." Lu Qingyan scoffed. "You think you deserve me? I admit you served me very well in bed and I was very happy, but you are nothing more than a tool for my physical pleasure, not even as good as a dog. From beginning to end, the only person I've ever loved in my heart is Jingchuan." "Impossible!" Pei Haoran shouted, his eyes red as he gripped Lu Qingyan's shoulders. "You're lying to me, aren't you? You love me too, right? Your reaction in bed couldn't have been fake, it can't fool me." This remark struck a painful chord with Lu Qingyan. At this moment, she intensely hated herself for not being able to control herself and for her body succumbing to temptation, and Pei Haoran became the target for her to vent all her pain and regret. "Enough!" Lu Qingyan pushed Pei Haoran's hand away and turned to instruct the 2 bodyguards. "Take him back to the villa and lock him up. Just make sure he doesn't starve to death. As for his punishment, I will let Jingchuan decide once I find him." "Yes." The 2 bodyguards dragged Pei Haoran away. Pei Haoran struggled violently, shouting, "No, Qingyan, you can't do this to me. Everything I did was because I love you. Luo Jingchuan doesn't deserve you at all." Lu Qingyan's face was ashen, radiating an overwhelming aura of "stay away." The doctors and nurses nearby all lowered their heads, cowering in silence. Not until Pei Haoran's voice was out of earshot did Lu Qingyan take a deep breath, clutching her phone and softly murmuring, "Jingchuan." Leaving the hospital, Lu Qingyan rushed home. The house was empty. Her familiar person was gone, and so was the familiar welcoming smile. She walked into the kitchen, and a voice seemed to echo in her ear. "I made your favorite braised pork ribs today. Hurry and taste them." "Jingchuan." She stumbled, reaching out to grasp him, but only embraced a void. Lost and distraught, she walked into the bathroom. "I just ran a hot bath. You must be tired after a long day. Hurry and soak in it." "Okay." She smiled, placing her hand on her clothes buttons, when suddenly her vision swam. There was no bathtub full of water. It was empty and even had a layer of dust. Lu Qingyan stood numbly for a long time before walking out of the bathroom. She went to the bedroom. She threw herself onto the bed, desperately inhaling the scent on the sheets, but only smelled laundry detergent. The next moment, she frantically searched through the entire room. No. Not here either. Why is there nothing anywhere? She searched again and again, unwilling to give up, finally finding a dull, unassuming ring in an inconspicuous corner. He didn't take the ring. Lu Qingyan stared blankly at the ring, then suddenly laughed out loud, and as she laughed, she began to cry. Jingchuan, by leaving the ring, are you really leaving me? She clenched the ring, furiously beating the floor with her right hand. Why? Why didn't you confront me? I could have explained. Why did you leave without saying goodbye? Don't you care about me at all anymore? Blood flowed from her right hand, but she didn't seem to feel the pain, continuing to pound the floor with force. After an unknown period, she stood up and fiercely wiped away her tears with the hand clenching the ring. No, Jingchuan must still care about me. He must still love me. He's just too angry. As long as I find him and sincerely apologize, he will forgive me. Yes, he definitely will. She spoke to herself, as if trying to persuade herself and also to give herself courage. Find him. As long as I find him, everything will be all right. Jingchuan, wait for me. Just then, her phone rang. It was her secretary calling. Ms. Liu, Mr. Luo's advisor, refused to provide his study abroad information. After arriving abroad, I moved into the school-provided dormitory. My roommate was Jiang Ingyue, and we began our cohabitation. The advanced study program was tedious, with endless coursework and experiments. Coupled with being in an unfamiliar place, I was quite uncomfortable in the first few days. Fortunately, I had Jiang Ingyue. When she was free, she would go for walks with me and cooked a variety of delicious meals. With good food and companionship, I gradually began to cheer up. When I first arrived abroad, I would still think of Lu Qingyan every night. The good times we had, the things she did for me, and the pain she inflicted on me. But gradually, I stopped thinking about her. All the sweetness, pain, and sadness were thrown to the back of my mind. I was certain I had completely forgotten her and started a new life. During this time, Jiang Ingyue and I inevitably developed feelings for each other. With two single people living together, our eyes and bodies often came into contact. But I could only bury this feeling in my heart because I felt inferior. Every time I saw myself in the mirror after a shower, that feeling of inferiority would engulf me. Lu Qingyan was right about one thing. Who would accept me looking like this, neither human nor ghost? The turning point came during an experiment. Jiang Ingyue was burned on the hand by a chemical due to an operational error. I panicked, scooped her up, and rushed to the hospital. The doctor said it was a good thing we brought her in quickly, or her hand would have been lost. I said to her, worried. Thankfully, it's a blessing. You must never be clumsy during experiments again. Actually. She lowered her head. Actually, I did it on purpose. What? I didn't understand. Because this way, we are a pair. She held up her hand, which was wrapped like a dumpling, for me to see. I froze, my throat dry. I wanted to say something but couldn't. My eyes started to feel sore, and it felt as if something was about to spill out. Just as I managed to utter one word, Jiang Ingyue suddenly jumped up and hugged me. The next second, her cool lips were firmly pressed against mine. It was very sweet. Jiang Ingyue and I formally became a couple, turning our pseudo-cohabitation into true cohabitation. She said she had previously studied some traditional Chinese medicine and created an excellent rehabilitation plan for me. Rehabilitation was painful, but with her by my side, I endured it happily. She couldn't provide me with the abundant material life that Lu Qingyan could, but she was more focused on my mind and body and more attentive to my feelings. When she encountered difficulties, she would actively tell me. When something happy happened, she would actively share it with me. When she was sad, she would also actively seek my comfort. I felt like a real couple when I was with her. In contrast, with Lu Qingyan, I felt like her pet. I never thought Lu Qingyan would track me down, and I certainly never imagined she would walk in on Jiang Ingyue and me together. That day, Jiang Ingyue and I had just walked out of the school gates when I felt a scorching and angry gaze. I instinctively turned and saw the face I had nearly forgotten. Lu Qingyan strode over, full of rage, pointed at Jiang Ingyue and demanded, "Who are you?" I frowned. Before Jiang Ingyue could speak, I said indifferently, "She is my girlfriend. Does Miss Lu have any instructions?" "You." Lu Qingyan first pointed at me in anger, then softened her tone. "Jingchuan, I know you are intentionally finding a woman to deceive me. I know I was wrong. Will you come back with me?" Her pleading eyes surprised me, but only briefly. I shook my head. "Miss Lu must be joking. You are a high and mighty darling, the eldest daughter of the Lu family. I am just a useless man. What would I return with you for? To continue being your pet? I'm sorry, but I have found someone I love. She is the person destined to be with me for the rest of my life." With that, I held up my hand, which was intertwined with Jiang Ingyue's, for Lu Qingyan to see clearly. Then, to make sure she stopped bothering me completely, I held Jiang Yingyue's face and kissed her passionately. Lu Qingyan's face turned white. The next moment, she raised her hand to slap Jiang Yingyue. Vixen. Enough. I grabbed Lu Qingyan's wrist, my eyes icy cold. Lu Qingyan, have you made enough of a scene? Lu Qingyan stared at me blankly for 2 seconds. 2 streams of clear tears suddenly slid down her cheeks. You yelled at me. You actually yelled at me for another woman. Jingchuan, you said you would love me forever. I took a deep breath. Yes, I did say I would love you forever, but you actively pushed that love away. You were the one who shouted at me to get lost in the hospital that day, wasn't it? No, no. Lu Qingyan cried and shook her head. Jingchuan, what I said that day was said in a fit of pique. You know me, when I get angry, I speak without thinking. But it's exactly those words that hurt the most. I cut Lu Qingyan off. Miss Lu, we are finished. Please stop disturbing me from now on. My world no longer includes you. After saying that, I took Jiang Yingyue's hand and was about to leave. Stop them. Lu Qingyan screamed. The bodyguards following her immediately stepped forward and grabbed Jiang Yingyue and me. I said coldly. Lu Qingyan, this is abroad, not the capital city where your Lu family is. I know. She looked calm. I don't intend to do anything. I just want to take you back. Then she turned to stare at Jiang Yingyue next to me. We don't know who you are and we're not interested in knowing. I'll give you a choice now. Leave Jingchuan and you can name your price. I frowned. Just as I was about to speak, Jiang Yingyue pulled my hand, then smiled and shook her head at Lu Qingyan. Lu Qingyan frowned. 100 million. Jiang Yingyue still shook her head. 1 billion. I advise you to think carefully. You won't earn this much money in a lifetime. Yes, I really won't earn 1 billion in a lifetime, but Miss Lu should have heard the saying. Priceless treasures are easily found, but a true lover is hard to obtain. With that, Jiang Yingyue turned to look at me, her eyes full of sweetness. I squeezed her hand tighter. This scene made Lu Qingyan clutch her chest, the heartache almost making her unable to breathe. After a long time, she finally spoke with a hoarse voice. Fine. Since you love Jingchuan so much, I'll give you a chance. We'll compete fairly. I was so angry at this statement that I laughed. Lu Qingyan, are you out of your mind? Yingyue is my girlfriend, and you and I have no relationship whatsoever. Where do you get the right to talk about fair competition? No relationship whatsoever? Lu Qingyan stared blankly at me, then suddenly staggered backward, her face pale. She kept shaking her head. Jingchuan, how can you say that? Have you forgotten the 10 years we spent together? Have you forgotten that we were about to get married? I said coldly. Yes, I forgot. No, I don't believe you. Lu Qingyan screamed, her expression manic. I don't believe you've forgotten everything. You must still love me. Jingchuan, give me a chance to pursue you again. Can we start over? I retorted sarcastically. So you can sleep with other men again and let them use photos to humiliate me? At that sentence, Lu Qingyan looked thunderstruck. All the color instantly drained from her face, leaving her exquisite features ghostly pale. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I didn't know Pei Haoran would do that. I was wrong. I couldn't resist the temptation. I couldn't control myself, but my heart has only ever been for you. Pei Haoran was just a plaything. Jingchuan, believe me. I said faintly. Does believing you still matter? Whether Lu Qingyan ever developed feelings for Pei Haoran, I didn't care to know. From the moment she slept with Pei Haoran, from the moment she elevated Pei Haoran above me, my ending with her was already sealed. Lu Qingyan, I don't regret saving you 10 years ago, and I am grateful for your care for 10 years, just like the last message I sent you. I saved your life, and you took care of me for 10 years. We are even. Lu Qingyan, from now on, may we never meet again. I took Jiang Yingyue's hand and turned to walk away. No, Jingchuan, don't go. Lu Qingyan staggered and chased after us from behind. The bodyguards around her tried to pull her into the car, but she violently pushed them away. Her hair was disheveled, her shoes were lost, and she fell to the ground while running. She stretched out her hand, crying out with profound anguish. Jingchuan, don't leave me. Please. I never looked back. Afterward, Jiang Yingyue and I moved out of our place and never saw Lu Qingyan again. It wasn't until a month later, when I received a call from my advisor, that I learned she had been arrested and imprisoned shortly after returning home on charges of intentional homicide. My advisor sighed and said, she killed Pei Haoran. She tormented Pei Haoran for an entire week, leaving him unrecognizable. When the police arrived, she was sitting in a pool of blood, laughing, with a surgical knife in her hand. I went to observe the trial. She said she had no regrets, only asking the judge to sentence her to death. I remained silent. My advisor recounted her exact words to me. My life should have been lost in the fire 10 years ago. I only managed to live 10 more years because of one person, yet I hurt him so deeply. It's right that he won't forgive me. I can't even forgive myself. My final wish is for him to live a happy and joyful life. After hanging up, I stood at the window, staring blankly for a long time. Honey, it's time for us to go home. Jiang Ingyue pushed open the laboratory door. Seeing her, I took a deep breath and smiled. Okay, let's go home. Walking out of the school, just like on the day I left the country, the sky was blue, the clouds were white, and the sun was shining brightly. 10 years of companionship, and everything between Lu Qingyan and me was lost in a few short days. 10 years was too long, and a few days were too short, it was almost instantaneous. Lu Qingyan, I loved you and I hated you, but it is all in the past. The future is long and my new life is just beginning.